If you're exhausted from being busy but not really building momentum in your business, this episode is for you. Because trying to attract everyone might be the exact reason why the right clients aren't finding you. Let's talk about it. Many people in entrepreneurship believe that if they cast a wider net, they will catch more fish. So, what do? We soften our message, we add more services, we avoid being too specific, we try not to exclude anyone. And what happens? The right people scroll right past you because they don't see themselves in what you're talking about. And let's be honest, when you try to attract everyone, no one can tell if you're speaking directly to them. So, this is what it leads to: confused inquiries, misaligned clients, scope creep, and nobody really nobody wants that, and feeling drained instead of fulfilled. And we definitely don't want that. So you're busy, but you're not building traction, and that's frustrating. Now, let's be real here. On the surface, attracting everyone feels smart. It feels safer. You think the more eyes equals more money. Fewer no's up front. The bigger audience is what we want to be seen by. And here's the truth about that: the real cost is lower quality leads, longer sales cycles, clients who don't respect your process, and more emotional labor. So I'm going to hold your hand about this. This all will lead to burnout, and we're not trying to do that again or ever, especially not now since we know what to do and what not to do. So being vague does not make you flexible. It makes your value unclear. And I'm going to say that again. Being vague does not make you flexible. It makes your value unclear. And we're trying to show everybody our worth in what we do, especially when it comes to attracting the right clients. So let's flip this. Alignment changes everything. I know I've talked about this before because it's something I truly believe. Alignment changes everything. When you clearly communicate who you help and how you help them, these things happen. These three things happen. First, trust increases. People buy from brands that speak directly to their situation. When someone hears you describe their struggle, that just makes them like, oh my God, you're reaching out to me. How can you, how do you know what I'm going through? So when someone hears you describe their struggle, that just it's is one of those things that makes them feel seen. So that builds confidence. So second, your conversions improves. When your message is specific, people self-qualify before they even book a call. They vet themselves basically. That means you get fewer, oh, I'm just shopping conversations, because the real buyers, the real people seeking your services will find you. Third, client satisfaction goes up. When you're aligned from the beginning, clients get better results. So let me say that again. When you are aligned from the beginning, clients get better results because you're putting into what you are intentional about. So they stay longer. They refer others just like them who have been dealing with setbacks and struggles with their services, and they are asking you to help them. So that is how momentum is built. So here's the part that most entrepreneurs skip. Raise your hand because we've all done it in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Intentional business owners just don't sell services, they diagnose problems. Let me say that again. Intentional business owners just don't sell services, they diagnose problems. They ask better questions. First and foremost, they'll ask, or they should ask, what are you struggling with right now? And also, they'll ask, what is the outcome you're hoping for? And here's another thing, too. They'll ask, what's not working in your current approach? See, these are the things that make people think and get deeper and more intentional about what their problems are. So that way they can lay everything out for you and there's no guesswork. There's no like, oh, I don't know. When you ask deeper questions, you'll get a deeper response. So Aligned clients don't need convincing. That's the great part about this. When you attract the right people, they are aligned to what you are serving them, or what your services are. So here's the thing, you don't need more clients. I mean, it'd be great if you had a few a week or a month or whatever, especially the big ticket item, clients. But you don't need more clients. You just need the right ones. And the ones who see your messaging and think, she's talking to me, or he's talking directly to me. So these are the things that you have to remember, and being intentional and helping others find their voice. So that it all goes back, everything goes in a circle. When you are intentional and you are aligned, you'll find clients, and you can see that they're aligned to what your services are. So that only happens when you're brave enough to be specific, though. You have to be specific in what you are offering. You can't be vague. You can't cast out a wide net. You have to be very laser focused on who you're trying to reach. So you have to also think about, if I'm helping this person, what exactly am I doing for them to get the results that they need? And you have to be very intentional about that. I know I'm throwing out a word around, but we are going to be intentional for 2026. I said that at the beginning of the year, and I mean it. So here's my challenge, because we don't leave out of here without a challenge. And I want you to ask yourself honestly, who are you really best equipped to help? I know we talked about this in marketing last year. Did you ever figure out who your target market is, who your audience is, who's your ideal client? And you have to ask, am I equipped to help them? And that's okay if you're not, but you got to find out ways to make yourself equipped to help them. So obviously, I want to talk about this. So you know where to find me on the socials, Jamila Adams at your service. So let's talk about it, because we all need help. Sooner or later, we're going to need help. And I want to offer this out to you. I want to help you tighten up your messaging and attracting aligned clients. So I'm offering the Marketing Made Easy workshops once a month. If you're interested, go ahead and drop a MME in the comments. I love to see you, and let's talk about it. So just remember, because clarity isn't an option, it's strategic. And the more you are strategic, the better aligned and intentional you are. So until next week, I want you to be inspired, be inspiring, be encouraged, be encouraging. But most of all, I want you to be you. And I look forward to checking you out next week. Take care.